Hello and welcome to the old Fliers. Recently we posted a video about the de Havilland Canada Chipmunk. Pilots commented on how much they liked that aircraft. De Havilland Canada's other successful designs included the DHC-2 Beaver, DHC-5 Buffalo and DHC-6 Twin Otter. After World War II ended, de Havilland Canada oriented towards civilian work rather than military. Feedback from pilots was that a new civilian aircraft should have excellent STOL performance, all metal construction and accommodate many features sought by the operators. Without exception, pilots specified their desire for tremendous extra power and STOL performance in a design that could be easily fitted with wheels, skis or floats. When de Havilland engineers noted this would result in poor cruise performance, one pilot replied, "You only have to be faster than a dog sled to be a winner." Other suggestions important in the bush plane would include the installation of full-size doors on both sides of the aircraft, which meant that it could be readily loaded no matter which side of a dock it was tied up upon. The doors were also made wide enough to allow for a 44-gallon drum to be rolled up into the aircraft. De Havilland put together a design team of 5 led by Phil Garrett. The new aircraft was designed to be all metal, using steel from the engine to the firewall, heavy aluminium truss frames with panels and doors throughout the front seat area, lighter trusses towards the rear and all monocoque construction after that. At the time, de Havilland Canada was still a British-owned company, and there were plans to fit the evolving design with the British de Havilland Gypsy engine. As a result of its comparatively limited power, the wing area was greatly increased in order to maintain STOL performance. When Pratt & Whitney Canada offered to supply war surplus 450 horsepower Wasp Junior radial engines at a low price, the aircraft ended up with extra power as well as the original long wing. The result was an unbeatable STOL performance for an aircraft of its size. It first flew in August 1947, piloted by World War II flying ace Russell Bannock. Initial sales were slow, but as the plane was demonstrated, sales started to improve. The US Army was looking for a new utility aircraft to replace their fleet of Cessna 195s. They ended up ordering 970 Beavers during the Korean War, more than half of the overall production run for the type. Individual military services of more than 30 different nations would ultimately be included amongst its operators. A Royal New Zealand Air Force Beaver played a supporting role in Sir Edmund Hillary's famous 1958 Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic expedition to the South Pole. 9 DHC-2s are still in service with the US Air Force Auxiliary Civil Air Patrol for search and rescue. By 1967, over 1,600 Beavers had been constructed prior to the closure of the original assembly line. Various aircraft have been remanufactured and upgraded. Additionally, various proposals have been made to return the Beaver to production. The Beaver's versatility and performance led to it being the preferred aircraft of bush pilots servicing remote locations in the Canadian North, and it is considered by aviation historians to be a Canadian icon. In 1987, the Canadian Engineering Centennial Board named the DHC-2 one of the top 10 Canadian engineering achievements of the 20th century. During the 1960s, de Havilland developed an improved model of the Beaver, the Mark III Turbo Beaver, which was equipped with a Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6 turboprop engine. When production of the type finally ceased, a total of 1,657 DHC-2 Beavers had been constructed. The Beaver was designed for flight in rugged and remote areas of the world. Because the aircraft often flies in cold climates, the oil reservoir filler is located in the cockpit and oil can be filled in flight. One major customer introduced the use of flat steps, replacing the earlier tubes, a feature now almost universal. The remaining tooling was purchased by Viking Air of Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, which manufactures replacement parts for most of the early de Havilland line. The company markets and sells the remanufactured DHC-2 Turbo Beaver, an improved variant of the aircraft which has been upgraded with a 680 shaft horsepower PT6A-34, which enables an increased maximum gross takeoff weight of 2,700 kilos and the carriage of up to 1,110 kilos of freight, a roughly 25% increase in usable payload. By August 1995, Viking completed its 30th Turbo Beaver conversion. The firm has also developed and marketed other improvements for the type, such as an advanced wing and modified floats. In 2019, Harbour Air announced plans to convert a DHC-2 Beaver to an electric aircraft with aspirational plans to eventually convert its entire fleet. No doubt, operating within a city, they are considering eliminating noise annoyance. The Beaver is functionally shaped in order to accommodate a useful and sizable payload, typically close to 910 kilo, even when equipped with floats. During takeoff, both the ailerons and flaps are lowered, which is a relatively uncommon design approach, but results in substantially elevated stall performance. The flaps can be deployed to an extreme range, extending out at a full 58-degree position. The flight manual notes that the full setting is recommended only for performing emergency landings. In the skies, the Beaver is relatively easy to handle, having been described as possessing light and comfortable controls. Effective application of the rudder is necessary to counteract adverse yaw. It should be flown with a relatively low pitch attitude to maintain airspeed. It is very easy to land even in moderately rough water. American actor Harrison Ford owns a DHC-2 Beaver. He is known for referring to it as being his favourite amongst his entire fleet of private aircraft. I have flown as a passenger in a Harbour Air Beaver at Vancouver Harbour, a perfect platform for sightseeing. Thank you for watching. Safe flying.